pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Minutes of August 11th. Motion to accept.
Motion to accept.
Second.
Can I just comment that my name is Elisa, not Elise?
Okay.
It just needs an A instead of an E at the end. I mean, I don't think it's any big deal, but
Okay.
Your name?
It is a big deal, it's your name.
for me.
There you go.
Thank you.
And under the director's report, there's a typo.
Okay.
The sentence hoopla and canopy. Canopy is a capital K,
Oh,
not a little C.
then you know that I don't use it.
It's great. You should, it's free. Motion to approve. All in favor?
Aye.
Date of next meeting, November 10th. November already?
Yeah.
Day before Veterans Day.
Oh, my goodness.
Do I have to let
Holiday.
you know I won't be here for that? I'm going to be on vacation.
Nice.
Okay.
As long as there are 4 people, we're fine.
Okay.
Any correspondence?
I did have an email, I forgot to print it out, though. Somebody from the Standard Times did contact me to comment on all the issues. I did not answer back. I wasn't planning on it, but I wanted to bring it up to all of you that it did. Yeah, I didn't think I should. It was something that needed to be commented on to a reporter, so.
So you're okay just letting it disappear?
Yes, as long as, I don't know if he would write anything anyway without a comment. I assume he contacted the school as well, I'm not sure.
I did forward that email to Deputy Chief Rebello,
Which email?
the one that was in the paper from Reddit that she sent.
Oh, that, yeah. No, this was a separate email from a reporter for the Standard Times wanting to have a comment on the situation, and
Go to junk mail.
yeah, I did not comment, but I
Yeah.
just wanted to bring it up to all of you.
Well, you know what the celebrities say, no comment.
Yeah, basically, so, but that was the
Is the
only.
Standard Times out of New Bedford?
Yeah,
Okay,
it didn't
all right.
seem.
Okay, the director's report, motion to accept.
I have it just, I want to go over this first.
Oh, motion
So-
and then
Yeah.
discuss.
Okay,
Yeah.
motion to accept.
Well, we have that under new business.
Second.
You do?
Yeah,
That's
the
on the
policy is
agenda.
under new business.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think second, okay. Discussion? Later.
It's under new business.
Oh,
Right.
Yeah, policy is
Yeah.
under new business.
Any discussion about the director's report? Well, I just want to say, because we're getting filmed and people at home might not see all these statistics.
Yeah.
You know how the numbers keep climbing?
Our numbers are really good. I'm very pleased with them.
Yeah. Like the door count for 1 month is 6,895. Our social media use is climbing. The use of the internet is climbing, patron registrations.
Our total circulation is really, really great, too.
There's nothing under September for,
I don't get them until the 8th of the month, so I'll have it on the next month's report.
Yeah, because people who don't come here often, don't realize just how busy
Mhm.
the library is.
And all the attendance and all the programs.
Yeah,
shows
we had
that's
really
good,
great
too.
attendance, especially over the summer.
is there any way you could put something like that in the newsletter from FOW? Some of the highlights of everything you do?
We could do a year-end wrap-up sort of thing.
Okay,
Because they just put out their October, November, December one, but we could for January.
right.
I could ask if we could put something in.
Yeah. Just so it might get more people seeing what we do.
Is the newsletter quarterly?
Yes.
Yeah. No, haven't noticed that.
Yeah.
Motion to accept the director's report?
Motion to accept?
I'm sorry,
we already did.
everyone, we already did.
Right.
Everyone in favor accepting the report.
Aye.
Assistant Director's report, motion to accept.
Motion?
Second.
Any discussion? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
I just have a question after we've already voted on it. We're back to Ingram. Did the other people not?
Baker and Taylor weren't, they're both like smallish, kind of like, yeah, they weren't ready for all the libraries to jump on their boat. So Ingram has gotten like so much better.
Yeah.
They're so much faster
finally
and like, yeah.
figured everything out, I
Maybe that's
think.
what it took to wake them up.
And then
Probably,
Baker and
yeah.
Taylor got sold to a big conglomerate, so we're seeing what's gonna happen with that. But
Interesting.
So what was the old one, but the new one? What was the
Ingram
name?
was the old one that they ended up getting new staff and stuff, and they were training everyone still, so everything was like backed up.
Yeah.
And then we went to Baker and Taylor, but then every other library did the same thing, and they're not ready. They're like a smaller kind of warehouse. So they ended up getting backed up. And then Ingram finally trained everyone, I guess, and so they were ready when we started ordering from them. We got it like the same week.
yeah,
It was insane.
And things are coming, because we always used to
Pre-orders,
get
yeah.
pre-orders before they came out, so they were ready the day they came out.
Mhm.
And that's finally happening
Yeah.
again. And that's been
So
probably.
tomorrow's a new release day, and we have everything ready already to
Really?
go out, yeah. So it's working out.
Good.
Now, Ryan is, no, the person who left was Rebecca, right?
Yes, Ryan had been hired originally for the part-time position,
And she took
and then when
Rebecca.
Rebecca left, Ryan.
And are you
moved
replacing
out.
Ryan's
Yes,
former?
yes,
Yeah.
we are,
Yeah.
we have gone through all the applications, and we have, I think, 5 or 6 people.
Mm-hmm.
We have 2 scheduled already for this week, and I'm gonna schedule the others today.
Okay.
Nice. There was a nice little write-up in file from Ryan,
Yeah.
if you haven't read it yet, Files Mag
Yeah,
newsletter.
the Q&A with her, is that what, that,
Yeah.
yeah, that was nice,
Yeah.
yeah.
She's very happy here.
Yes, we're so happy to have her, she's great.
Does she still tutor?
I
Does she-
don't know, I don't think she does, I think she's just doing this now. But that has all worked out very well, so.
Good.
Friends update. Holly went to the August meeting.
Yes, it was very, very, very much sale-focused, which now is ancient history almost. We
Yeah.
talked about the book sale so much. And then, of course, as I noted there, the passing of Carol Vidal. And that was obviously somewhat traumatic to the group, and they had a lot of discussion there. And that was it, basically. It was long, but
Yeah.
that's pretty much what we talked about, right? You were there.
They were talking about maybe planting a tree on the ground somewhere in her honor,
We
since,
should do it over that way somewhere.
yeah, since we're doing, we'll be doing landscaping anyway. I thought that seemed like a good idea.
There was something, the tables. Remember they talked about the tables? They wanted us to ask the trustees if they were interested
Oh,
or where.
it's the one stacked up right over there.
Very heavy tables.
Yes, those are the ones, we used to keep them in the closet to use 2 weeks a year during the book sale.
Didn't we get rid of ours?
We got rid of some, those are the last ones, they were
We
used
don't
at the
have
book
to check with the
sale.
town to get rid of those
They were bought,
by file,
yeah, they were not,
so we don't have to check with the town.
no, it was not bought with town funds. So I would
So
like to offer
everyone
them.
take a table when you leave.
Take out some books and get a table. I can ask other libraries in the area if anybody
You could-
wants to come pick them
You
up.
could do that first, because
Yeah.
last time we had 3 left over, I put them in my front yard.
Yeah,
They
I
were
think
gone
somebody
that
would
day.
definitely take, they're really nice, they're just,
Yeah.
if they're gonna stay in the same spot all the time, but we have to reset this room so much, it was
It's
just,
too heavy.
they were way too heavy to keep moving, these are much nicer.
So these are the replacements?
Yes,
The
Fowl
flat
bought these
ones?
to
Okay.
replace them, yeah, and they're so much easier to
Okay.
move.
Now that we're talking about friends, Sue said something about they might not be buying a pod or something for outside.
She didn't mention that. Oh,
Yeah.
I don't know.
I asked
think-
her about it when I saw her
Yeah,
outside.
I don't know, they brought it up again, but,
And she said, well, we don't know how much longer we're all gonna be around, everybody's getting older. and-
yeah, they keep saying every year the book sale is their last, and then
Yeah.
it's so successful that they do it again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really think we should push them to do that, because we could use that room.
Oh, the space that they use
Yeah.
inside. They were kind of receptive to the book drop box, which I think was somewhat
Yes, that was
costly.
something, yeah.
So I don't know if
Yeah.
I don't know if their
I think it
funds.
just ended up being too big of a project for anyone to take on.
They had $90,000 they had
Yeah.
to spend. I mean, they even asked us to
Well,
look
they
in
did,
for it.
they did give 40,000 for our book budget,
Okay.
so I did get that, so they.
And then that book drop was 7,000, I think.
Yeah,
Does that
that's
sound
about
right?
7,000 to do that.
They
So-
still have $50,000?
They still have
What-
over,
what-
yeah.
what book drop?
I just brought it up if that was something that they would want to pay for.
Okay.
I would like to replace the book drop that's
Okay.
outside. We had discussed it a little bit. If we could get a pad of cement over
Mhm.
near where the flagpole is in that area, we could put it out there and people would be able to just drive up to it.
Oh.
Because they're designed to be kind of car height and
Yeah.
they could just go in. So
I
thought that would
wonder
be
though
really
how
nice.
that affects the count, because, I mean, obviously after hours, it doesn't matter.
Well,
you
if they're leaving them in the book drop, they don't come in anyway,
Yeah,
so
do
it
a lot of
doesn't-
people use the book drop, or do they come in?
It depends.
I
Yeah.
see people
A
just
lot of people use
pull
it,
up
but
and
a lot
drop
of people
things
drop it
outside.
right.
People do both.
Yeah.
Drop it off.
When I'm sitting here after school,
Just watching the cars go by.
Yeah, people
watching
tend to-
people come
I need the
in.
highway department to put a little pad there for that.
That would be great.
Do you know how big the new one is?
I could get the measurements. I've pretty much picked out, I got a bunch of estimates.
And I also thought about something else for that one on the side of the building over there that blocks the campers view.
Yes.
We could put it in that little grassy area as you drive in. Here's parking, here's parking.
Uh-huh.
There's that little grassy area as you drive in.
Oh, yeah.
You could put it right there.
We could.
It's out of the way for
The
snow.
part that's sticking into the parking lot, though?
Yeah.
Somebody will hit that, absolutely.
Only people go back there is us.
People do overflow parking back
Yeah,
there,
but
though.
it'll be off in the grass.
And
stuff.
people drive right over.
I have a video of someone almost hitting me.
Yeah.
They went right over the grass on
Yeah.
over the.
So I would be
to
nervous to
avoid
have
me.
it right there. We thought
Yeah.
maybe in the parking spot that's right there, because it's really hard to get your car into
Yeah,
that slot
everyone knows the
anyway.
parking spot.
I don't know. But I also don't want anyone to drive into it, and I feel like they will.
The other thing to consider is if it's not right close to the building, it could invite vandalism.
It would still be closer, but where we have it now blocks any of the cameras.
Yeah,
You can't
oh,
see
yeah.
if somebody's right at the door.
Oh, I can see making it accessible.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so,
We'll
yeah,
take a
we'll have
look
to,
at it.
yeah, we'll have to think about that.
So
Well, get
is
the
that
highway
used by
department.
us, or is that,
The one back in the employee area,
Yeah.
parking area, that's where all of the overflow books, anything that's kind of moldy or in
Oh,
bad
so
shape
you
goes
use
out
it?
there. So we do use it
oh,
also.
you use it, but
Yeah.
I couldn't like bring books from home and put
No,
it there.
but sometimes people donate things and it's something that's
Okay.
older that we can't use, it's
Okay,
out of date,
okay.
and they will
I
recycle.
didn't, yeah, I thought it was not used.
So Fowl uses it and the staff uses it.
Yeah, okay.
So there's a foul meeting this Thursday night,
Yes.
right? Okay. I will be there.
I'll be there for the second half of it. We have sewing class during the first half of it. So I have to be there for that.
Well, it's kind of like either we build a shed for us or we have them get something.
They have worked really hard, Super Eco has worked really hard on clearing out some of the stuff that was in the closet right behind us, and stuff that was in the shed that Fowl had just kind of left there that nobody was using.
Mhm.
So there is actually a bunch more room in the shed. John
Is
has
there?
gotten rid of or is going to get rid of the lawnmower because it does not work and has not worked in over 10 years, and it's just been sitting there. There's also a snow blower, which he's trying to get working. It might. A couple of years ago, I know it did go in to get fixed, and apparently it did not actually get fixed, because he tried it last year and it didn't work.
Let's have the highway department take it down there and they can fix it.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
can take the lawnmower down there too, if they can fix it fine, if not, they can throw it away.
Yeah, I don't think the lawnmower is fixable at this point. It's been sitting for so long, so we'd like to get rid of that, and then we can leave stuff. John's moved a couple of things out there already, and there's a lot of room in that closet now, so we
Okay.
can actually get
I
stuff
think
out
she
of my
also
office.
said, Sue also mentioned that was up for grabs, that shelving right there. Did she
Oh,
say
that is,
Did she
we
say that?
can use it, if somebody has an exhibit in here or something, they can use it. If we
So
wanted
you
to use
like
it in the
it?
library, it would
You
be
wanna keep it
fine.
there?
But they will keep it in their basement for the next book sale if we don't want it here. So
How's
for
it
now.
attached?
It goes over the top of the door.
Oh, it hooks over the top?
Yeah, so it's removable.
Her
but
husband made it,
It's beautifully made. It's
Yeah.
amazing.
right?
Yeah. It was really well done. So for now, it's just hanging out there, but we do have the option that they will take it if we don't have another spot for it.
Looks fine there.
Yeah, it works right
Does-
there. Door's still open, so
Yeah.
no problem.
All right, looks like you have friends.
What do we want for a sign? Safety, what did we decide on the sign?
Sue Costa had brought that up because there was a bus that came and kind of got stuck back where that chain goes across.
Mhm.
And it's really, especially that time of day, it's a nightmare to have to back out. So we were thinking maybe we need some sort of signage that is not a throughway, or it's a dead end, or something.
How about no buses or delivery trucks?
We could do that. Because cars can turn around
Yeah.
over there, there's room for that, but it's just the large, delivery trucks and things like that.
What about UPS and FedEx? Because we get deliveries here, so would that deter them?
Yeah, we can just tell
There
them
is
it's okay.
there is a sign somewhere that says trucks have to go around the building.
I don't know. There's
There is
that
one on
says
school
library
property,
entrance
but
only.
it's not, I don't think anyone sees it, so if he has something
I'm
sort
not
of.
sure where it is, but that bus, because you had all the traffic here, and I was sitting here, and the bus came through, and then was trying to back out while you had kids coming across. We had the people doing the hydro seating out here, so you had all that equipment out here, and he had to help back up the bus.
That was the SRO's fault, though. That wasn't the bus driver's
Yeah,
fault.
Well, the problem was.
correct.
had
They
somebody-
block the road over
Yeah,
there.
but they had somebody
put
temporarily
cones.
stopping traffic going to the elementary school, not the service officer. So when the bus started to pull in, they wouldn't let them in.
And normally
Service
they let
officer
them
usually
in.
lets them in.
Yeah.
Sent
They
them
had
this
some-
way.
They had somebody different there.
I think that was I think that was a
one-time
temporary
thing.
thing.
But they
It does happen
also
a lot with
but
delivery
they
trucks.
get delivery trucks that come this way, remove the chain.
They can't take the
So
chain
that
off.
they can go back that way, but the lock's back on there now, so they can't.
What's the chain for?
It's,
People
it's
from going
blocking people from going through.
Oh,
When
why,
they-
if the road goes through, why can't the cars go through without the chain?
It was to
Because you got-
discourage
you would
the
have
really big
cars lined up
trucks,
here
yeah.
to pick up kids and cars lined up there to pick up kids.
When they were building the new school, one of our bigger arguments was that there should not be a driveway there
No.
because of traffic coming in to the
Yeah, flow.
library
Doesn't make it
parking
flow.
lot.
Yeah.
And come to find out, that driveway was there because their loading dock is right across from it.
The high school.
So their intent was to use the library parking lot.
But they brought up that nobody would use it.
And then Michelle Raposa, who is an advocate for seeing things done appropriately, put the chain across. Because you cannot have trucks
I
coming into.
imagine a truck that isn't familiar doesn't see the chain till they're there.
Yes.
So that's
And the
hence your
GPS tells
signage.
them to come in this driveway, and everybody always ends up here. if
Either
they're
there,
not.
or they come to my house.
Yeah.
My house is listed as 400 Old County Road, not that.
But there is a sign that.
There is one before where it says, where it branches off where you can go in front of the school or go this way. There is a sign there that
Yeah,
says
because
no trucks, but it's not very
Maybe we need to put it down there
noticeable.
and emphasize it some, because up here, they're too late.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're
Right,
already
yeah,
here.
right. They have to go back and go around.
But I don't know. I think it'd be good to let people know that you can't go through that way.
Okay, I'll look into a sign.
Okay.
Small thing.
Yeah, nothing gigantic. Just letting
Blinking
people know
lights.
That is a dead end. Yeah.
Quiet sign.
That would be
Get a
nice
giant
if it
alarm.
blinked-
Somebody drives around.
That would be nice with a blinking red light or something on it, or a yellow light.
To stop them.
I don't know how much those cost, but, the highway departments put them up at various stop signs.
I hate those
around.
stop signs. I
Yeah.
find them so distracting.
I'm with you.
Imagine living right there.
Yeah.
Gonna read on our phone instead of the middle of the street.
Do we need to put that to a vote,
The sign,
the sign?
the idea of the
Just
sign.
Don's gonna look into it.
Okay.
We'll shoot down his ideas if we don't like them.
It would make you see it.
No, I know.
But it's not the first time that it's happened. It was the first time last week that it happened. It's happened before.
Right, well, they were saying delivery trucks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's usually like.
But
once a
it's
week
been
somebody
buses too.
wants to get in.
I've seen buses do the same thing.
And Sean's been here when the truck has gone right over the sidewalk in front of the door
Yeah,
because they don't know how to drive in a parking lot.
And
correct.
How
Michelle
does
said it's
GPS
usually
get
during.
corrected?
What's that?
How does GPS get corrected? If they're guided to the wrong address,
If you
how can
go
they not make a
Google
mistake?
The school would give you my 400 is at my house.
I know, but so you can see any delivery is gonna put in the address and they're gonna get sent here.
Yeah.
So how can you,
Yeah,
other
I
than
don't
the
know how that is
sign would be the
updated.
best way once you're here, but it would be better to
People
back it
going to
up.
Bittersweet come into my second driveway, because they think my second driveway goes to Bittersweet.
How? You're not even on Main Road.
I'm on Charlotte White. They think it says, when it says take a left,
Yeah,
they
oh.
think that road goes to
Oh,
Bittersweet.
Oh, my gosh.
That's why the new signs.
Well, I was gonna say, that's got a sign with the flashing light at that intersection now.
Mm-hmm. People still run through it anyway. We just had a big bad accident over there.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Personnel, we have nothing, the committee doesn't, but you and Amy do. about-
Yeah, just we're looking to hire, to fill the part-time position.
Did you have it narrowed down by next meeting?
Yeah, we're gonna interview this week,
Mhm.
and then hopefully,
Now, how are you
somebody
getting
by
by
then.
one short?
Oh, we're doing okay, but Nancy is going to be gone for 6 weeks coming up soon, so we
Wow.
want to, start hurrying this
Yeah.
along at this point. So we have, because then we would be down, 2 positions.
Now, you don't have any overtime in your budget, do you?
No, we never do.
If you had to, could you take some of the salary that is used right now and do that?
Yeah,
If you had to?
yeah, because we'll end up, because we have had, there was a few weeks where we didn't have a principal clerk, and then not having that, we will have extra.
Okay.
So the line items for those positions can be adjusted, so that money could be used to
If you
pay
had-
somebody else, yeah.
Good luck. Okay, after school and unattended child policy updates.
Okay, so to those who don't have the red, I didn't realize I copied it in black and white, so you can't see the highlighted portions. Basically, what was talked about at the meeting with the school, and what, we had a staff meeting after that to get everyone's opinions. The principal, Laura, had suggested, and the school resource officer had suggested that we have them give us their school IDs when they come in, and then we would be able to know who everyone is and who is in the building at, any one time. So the plan is to have that starting, I think,
You're just gonna have a little box?
Yeah.
Physically give them to you and
yeah,
they take them
on
when
November
they leave.
1st, we would start. We'll send something home for the parents to sign saying that they have acknowledged that they have read our after-school policy, and everyone, had hopefully talked to their children about it, and everyone knows what the expectations are. And
How are we
then,
gonna mail it to them?
I believe the school can,
Okay.
email it to them or send it, yeah. So I would.
So you'll mail it to the whole school population and
Yep.
then,
For everybody over there, yeah.
yeah.
And then
Right,
if they
right.
do plan, not the elementary school because they're farther away, but if the kids do plan on coming, and then once we get a signed, I don't know, I guess a permission slip we could call it, I don't know what you really want to call it, but an acknowledgement that everyone knows what the expectations are in the building. We would make them a little card and put it in a box, and then they would give us their ID when they come in, and then take it when they leave, and then we would know if there are issues.
Is there a picture on their ID?
Yes. That was why the school resource officer suggested that, because we had talked about library cards also, having them scan their library card, but then they could have anybody's library card, because there's no.
I was at a school in Jamestown, and they did that with anybody that came into the school, had to give you a driver's license.
Yeah.
They had it on a little clipboard.
Yeah.
So they would know if something happened, who's still in the school.
Mm-hmm.
But if you didn't have a badge, you shouldn't be in the school. And then you couldn't leave because you wouldn't have a driver's license.
Yeah. So I'm sure it'll be a little bit of a learning curve. I'm sure kids are going to leave their IDs and things like that, but we would give them a few weeks to get, used to the idea. And then we would know, if something happens, who is in the building and who is not. And we would also, once they come in and give us their ID, that's, if they leave, that's it for the day. Because we get, I don't know if you've seen, 20 teenagers walk into a building, but it's loud every single time. And when they leave the building, it gets very loud. So just the constant in and out is really distracting for people who are trying to study or working. So they would have, if they want to go get a snack or something, they need to do that before they come into the building.
Well, that was a good outcome.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
That was also suggested by the school, that they get one in and out per day. And if they decide they want to be in the library, then they
Now,
can
how we
sit in
keep
the
track of
library.
one per day?
They take
Oh,
their
we would
license
have,
back. Their
somebody,
ID.
whoever's taking the ID would check off that they came in, and then check it off when they get their ID back.
It's a little bit more work for your staff.
It will be,
Yeah.
but I
It
think
might be
once
worth
it
it.
gets rolling, it will be, you know, it'll
No.
be 15 or 20 minutes at 2 o'clock, you know, that.
Is
when
that
most of
something
the
a
kids show
volunteer
up.
could do?
We're gonna have Ryan do it, she has offered to do it, to start with.
And she'll get to know who the kids are.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and I thought,
exactly.
you know, the full-time staff should all kind of take turns at the beginning, just so we get to know everyone.
Mhm.
I know some of them, but, you know, not everybody.
Now, there are those who come in and they're not here for more than 3 minutes.
Well, we're trying to
Because the
discourage that.
cars come in
yeah.
and pick them up.
Yeah,
It's.
We don't get a lot of that, as much as we used to. Because the
For the
parents
most
aren't
part,
parking out
yeah.
here. The 2 days that I looked at it, there was only one car that came in after school was out. And that was like 20 minutes after school was out.
Oh.
And it was already almost dead.
Because it used to be that they were there like within 5 minutes.
Yes.
yeah, we don't get that as much anymore.
Good.
But we do get the kids come in, throw their backpacks on the floor, and then go to the store.
Yep.
And then everybody's tripping over backpacks, so this would
Oh.
Yeah,
hopefully,
because they're not allowed to bring the backpacks
yeah.
into the store.
So they want to leave them here.
Oh.
And they're only allowed in the store 2 at a time.
And then we have a building
Yeah.
full of unattended backpacks.
That's
So
what
that
I
would
learned
also-
when I went down there and
Sometimes they
spoke with
just
them.
leave
Is
them
this the
outside
new
your bike
owners?
rack.
Yeah, I spoke with her Tuesday,
Uh-huh.
and she said that they're only allowed 2 in at a time, and they're not allowed to bring their backpacks into the store. They have to leave them outside, so they drop them off here
And then-
and walk down.
But then we have them in like, you know, 5 or 6 times a day, and it's disruptive because they've been outside, so they're yelling, and then they come in and they're still yelling, and it's just very disruptive for everyone else.
They'll have to leave the backpacks out and have somebody watch them.
Yeah,
At
that's
the store.
up to them, that's their backpacks, we are not responsible for them. So,
How do they, are there IDs on like
Lanyard?
lanyards
I
or?
think they just have them in their backpacks. They're
Because
just
you know
like
how
their little
kids
cards.
now have the stuffed animals on everything they
Well,
own?
Yeah.
They'll give us the whole thing.
They'll have to give us the whole thing?
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
But yeah, it's just like a little library card,
Okay.
size card, and it has their picture on it. So that would help us to identify when there are issues, then we make sure we're only, you know, it only is affecting the kids causing the issues, and everyone else can
Yep.
kind of use the library and.
Do you have
not
kids
have to deal with
using
that.
the side doors very often?
No, that has stopped. We really cracked down on that.
I saw it in here.
Yeah, that was a problem previously, but last year we really got serious about that, and it doesn't, I don't think it really happens anymore.
Is
Oh,
there
I like the
any-
e-bikes. I like the e-bikes thing.
That is a new situation this year,
Mhm.
and they were weaving in and out of cars in the parking lot. It was dangerous. We saw
Very neat.
Yeah.
a couple of almost collisions in, you know, just in 1 week. So we would
It's
ask
nice
them
that the parents
to,
get a copy.
if they have it, they can just walk it over and leave it in the bike rack, but they don't need to be riding it in circles in our
I don't
parking
think the
lot.
school knows how to deal with it yet.
Yeah, that just started, like, within the last week
And
or so.
really, when school is out, school is not
Mhm.
responsible.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Um,
the fact that Laura has taken an interest.
Yes, I do
is-
really appreciate. She
Yeah.
has been incredibly helpful, and so has the school resource officer.
So this year, to access a public computer, a parent guardian must come to the library to get their child a library card.
Under the age of 16, we need a parent's signature to get a library card.
Do they need to be with?
Yes, in order they have to come in order to get them a library card, and that's whether they're an after-school student or not. Any person, any teen under the age of 16 has to have a parental
But if a
signature.
parent came in without the child to get it, is that acceptable or not?
We have done that in the past, it kind of depends, but
Mm-hmm.
if their kid's already here after school, then they can just, you know, come in and get them a card if they want to. Let's see.
And don't many kids already have cards?
Some of them do, yeah. There are a couple of kids who use the computers for school stuff, and they do have their cards already. And those are students we
I
tend to
think
know.
the officers would have to know about the one down here that says outside areas as well.
Yes, okay. Should we just go through just start from the beginning? Okay. So the first page, I pretty much left the same. If a child is not able to safely leave the library without an adult, then they shouldn't be in the library without an adult, because that kind of goes together. So that was just moved from later. That used to be on like page 3, I think. So that was the difference there. And we would like to take out the paragraph about transportation at closing time. That is up to the parents to get here, and if they don't, sometimes we are able to wait, sometimes we are not. It depends on, sometimes they just walk out and, you know, we don't.
Follow them.
Yeah, it's not something that we can really, you know, we don't have the staff to make sure every single child. We make sure, there's benches out front they could sit on. If it's bad weather, if they are able to stay, will stay a few extra minutes and let them stay inside. But for the most part, that's been okay. Most of the kids are waiting for sports, so they're heading to a game or practice, so they're gone before 5 anyway. I think it very rarely happens that
Yeah,
anybody's
like
here
one
at
time last
5,
year.
yeah. So that used to be when it was the younger kids, more of an issue, but, so we're just gonna take that out and not have that in here. When it comes to the numbered items, number 2 is having them check in with their student ID so we can keep track of whoever's here, and then they can check in and out once per day. And I think that will just, we don't want to do anything that penalizes the kids who do come in here and study and take out books. We want them to be here and to feel welcome here. So this was just a way of identifying where the problem is and not, not making any of the other kids feel unwelcome, because we do want them here, as long as they want to be here for the right reasons. And then we did, in number 3, it was mostly what we had already. We did add in refusal to leave the premises when asked will result in the school resource officer or Westport Police being called, because that's been a new issue. After they've been given warnings and things have escalated, sometimes they just flat out refuse to leave, and there's really nothing to be done at that point. So that we will contact someone in that. I've got a period there also. We would contact either the school resource officer before 3 or after 3, the police, for that situation. Number 4, this was also last year. We just don't want open cans in the library because they immediately get kicked over and we have brand new carpeting. So basically any cups or bottles with the lid, where it can be sealed is fine, and no food. So I just worded it a little differently because there was some confusion as to what was allowed. I don't think anything got changed in number 5. Number 7, we just are taking out the sentence, if the students leave the building, they have to take all their belongings, because we're just going to be the one in, one out once we start checking their IDs. So that didn't need to be in there. That obviously they wouldn't be leaving their stuff if they were leaving for the day. And then in number 10, the no loitering in the entryway. Some of the kids who were asked to leave would then stand in front of the doors and scream obscenities at people. So there's no loitering on the property if you have been asked to leave for the day. And then we added in about no bikes in the parking lot during open hours because of the almost accidents that were happening. And that defacing or damaging library property is prohibited. We did add in parents or guardians will be billed for any damages incurred to the library based on what happened to our boat, so basically. And the second part I think we're going to get rid of. I think that's a little too harsh.
Their privileges?
Yeah. For the last part is warnings will be given or they will be asked to leave depending on what has actually happened. If they're just a little loud, we obviously shush them a few times. If they're, making their, putting their hands on other students, if they're yelling, obscenities, things like that, they would be asked to leave right away. At that time, they would be informed if they are going to be asked to leave for a certain amount of time. Sometimes we have them stay out for a week. Right now, there's some who can't come in for a month, and they will be informed of that at the time, and this includes the outside areas.
How does the whole staff know that?
That will be
they're
on their
up for
card
leave?
when they sign in. So everyone they will get a little note saying if they try to hand us their ID, they'll have a little note on there where we put the card saying that they have from such and such a date, they have been asked to not come into the library.
And then how about the staff? Like, who makes a decision if it's 1 day, 2 days, a week, a month?
It's usually me or Amy.
So one of you is always here?
Would say, yeah.
Would always be here?
Pretty much, yeah. But basically the full-time staff has we can't be everywhere all at once. So Dan and Ryan also they are allowed, I think it's fine for them to make that decision also.
And then what about this space outside, the amphitheater space?
If they are not allowed in the library due to behavioral issues, they are not allowed on our property at all. So they shouldn't be outside either.
That
And
part's
how
gotta
is
be
that
good.
monitored at all?
I
Who's
don't know.
out
Yeah,
there
that's
doing-
a little iffy. I mean, we can tell them, but actually enforcing that part is a little more difficult,
And
but,
is there a camera toward that?
There is.
There is, oh, okay.
yeah, so we do
We could
know.
ask the service officer to speak to those that.
Yeah, they are told
already-
they shouldn't be on the property, but that's.
But kids who want to come to the library and want to sit outside, you know,
Yeah.
like a day like today, reading a
Yeah,
book or whatever.
yeah, when it's nice
It's
out.
totally fine.
Yeah, oh, absolutely, yeah. No, that's why we
Because
want
some of the
tables
kids
and
leave
things.
from near the back of the building and come around the back way.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why
You
we
don't
have
even
all
know
the
they're
benches
there.
and stuff down there. We
Yeah.
would love them, it's a lovely area down there, so, we would like them to be able to. And if they want to do that, they can just do that first, and if they want to come in the building later, that's fine.
How long did the school resource officer say he'd be coming by?
I think it was just last week,
Okay.
so, I think from now on, it would just be
I
calling
think
if there was an
we
issue.
should asking him every once in a while just swing over.
Mm.
Because he can only be here for a certain amount of time because he has to be at the other side for the bus duty.
Right.
Yeah.
Also, I still think the idea of calling the school when school is out is very difficult to get a response for
Yes.
you, and you or whoever
Yes.
else might be calling. But he wasn't willing to give his direct number
No,
at all.
no.
And
I can call the desk, the main number.
Well, because he did say they have radios.
Yeah.
So the person she calls at the desk should be able to get the officer on the radio.
But how long is that person at the desk at the
Until
school?
3 o'clock.
3.
Yes, after 3 o'clock,
Then what?
then I'm supposed to call the police, but.
Isn't
I
it
have to-
usually
See,
pretty
that
much
doesn't
over
make
by
sense.
3?
It
No, it
depends,
doesn't.
no.
No.
There's
That should be
usually-
available.
The outside
Yeah.
stuff is usually, like whoever's, gonna be here is here by 3, but what happens inside the building, the behavioral issues do happen after 3 sometimes.
How about if you had a walkie-talkie to him?
I doubt they would
That-
give me that, yes.
I don't think that's really appropriate. He's a
But there's no
school-
way
Yeah.
to get in
But
touch with him.
then call the police.
Yeah,
He is a
that's,
school employee. The problem has been, there's been a lot of back and forth between, the school says call the police because they're not on school property, which I
Exactly.
agree with. The police
And
tell me
it
to
is.
call the school.
Right.
So I am trying to get a meeting with,
It's the time of
Deputy
day that
Rebello.
doesn't work with obviously their role.
yeah, so that there is, because there's been a lot of, I say, I will call someone and then no one shows up and then there's
Well, not to mention, it's kind of the moment. It's not
Yes.
something that is,
because
combined in 20 minutes or
as
so.
the
Yes.
officer said, his first responsibility is that school.
Yeah.
Yes,
Right.
which
That's what he's
he
hired
is,
to do.
yes,
Yeah.
and that
If he
absolutely
can
makes
come over here, he
sense.
will, but he's not going to.
So I am gonna be talking to the police to
I
try
talked to,
to.
I talked to Rebello a little bit.
Oh, okay, yeah. He did email me back. I might be seeing him today. I'm not sure. I haven't heard back this morning. He was in training last week, so.
Okay.
What's happening with the panic buttons from the alarm company?
He had no idea about them. I talked to him like 3 times. Don't get
Michelle
me
once said, if you're going to have any buses, it's probably a sports person because they have different drivers. The drivers don't always know where to go.
Yeah.
If that's a bus, it's going to be one of the out-of-town sports buses.
Yeah. No, she was asking about the panic buttons for inside the
panic
library.
buttons. Yeah, did you?
And,
You talked to Phil?
no, you did.
Oh, he hasn't-
Remember he called
didn't-
back? I haven't heard from him since then. He only answered their phone calls apparently. I'm not mad about that, don't worry.
Well, he did talk to me. He was pretty,
Yeah.
he was like rattled because he's been so busy, but he said he was.
So he wasn't aware he put there are panic buttons?
No,
or-
we had requested them when we got the cameras installed, which was July-ish.
Well, we did the walkthrough.
And
is what we
then,
requested.
yes, and we talked
Yeah.
to them, and then he didn't have them then, so we asked, I think I've asked like twice more since then,
I
and
think he's a space shop.
he had no idea what I was talking about, so we'll try again.
So you don't have them?
We don't have them,
Oh,
no.
okay.
He wrote it down.
What?
He wrote it down.
Yeah.
When we talked about the cameras
I
and
thought
we walked
maybe
around,
he
he
didn't
wrote
know
it
that.
down.
Yeah, it was supposed to be
Yeah.
part of the original estimate.
Where'd you get these from?
It has been, so yeah. Yeah, so Amy and I did eventually figure out the security system on our own, but we
Good.
still can't,
Report it.
yeah, we still can't. We can access the recordings.
We can look at it, but we can't
To
record
be
it and
able
have it sent
to,
somewhere like as
show
a
them to the
video.
police or
Did you
something.
can you put a jump drive in?
No, it's just on a monitor right now, so. We are waiting to get our new computers. They have been delivered to the IT at sales. We're just waiting for her to be able to, because there was other
You
libraries
can't
in front
copy
of us.
because you don't have the access to do it right now.
Yeah, it needs to be.
Do it later, yeah.
Yeah, hooked up to a computer
Yeah.
to be able to do that, which we can't do right now.
How long does
So,
it stay on whatever it's on at the moment on the monitor?
30 days.
30 days, I think.
30 days?
30
Something like
days.
that. But if you have an issue, you should be able to put it onto a jump drive and take it
Well, I was
off.
trying to contact him to have, their office save it for us, but
Because this is probably
I
15
have not
plus
gone.
days in, right? When did
Yeah.
that happen? A week or two?
it was like 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago.
Yeah. So that's why I've been trying to contact him to
Yeah.
get them to just save it for us until we can get, the access on our own, but I have had no luck getting.
But he answered Dawn.
He answered
Dawn, you
Dawn.
need to call him again, I think.
Oh, I will.
He answered Dawn within minutes.
Not the first time. I texted it the first time.
Oh, yeah, no,
He
but
never
you
got
did
back to
call,
me.
yeah,
Yeah.
anyway.
Another problem.
So, but yeah, we do need to get that footage of the boat incident.
We need a motion to accept
Motion
a
to accept
policy.
the policy.
Okay.
Second,
Who's making the motion?
Oh.
Oh, I did.
Any further comment or discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All right, we have an updated policy.
Okay.
And now study pod policy.
That I did not even get to with everything that happened, so if we
It's
could.
me.
Are those pods here?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
I
they're in the
didn't see
library,
them.
they're being
They're great
used.
looking.
Oh, I gotta go
Yeah,
see
they're
them.
awesome.
Yeah.
Somebody had a proctor test they had to take, so they were able to use one.
Oh,
and
wonderful.
It was during the after-school time, and he said he didn't hear anything, so
Wow.
that was good.
if the fire alarm comes up,
Yes,
do they hear it?
yeah, and if somebody's like yelling, they can hear it, it's not completely
You guys should check 'em
soundproof,
out.
but Amy and I sat and chatted and nobody could hear us, just to see if it works.
where
I
you
did,
go for your private
when we were
part.
not open, I did stand in there and scream just to say, and you can't hear that.
That's fun.
I was gonna ask, was anybody else in the library?
No. Yeah, it's just the staff. We want to see how
So,
far they were.
Are
soundproofed.
students going to be allowed to use them?
So far we have been, but only if they're working on homework or something.
Yeah.
It's not a clubhouse, because that was
Yeah.
immediately like 7 kids in there. But we did, I had to buy a table, and I used the 2 black chairs that used to be in the history room that nobody liked sitting in because they were too low for the table. So those are in the double pod now, and I got a small table to go into it. And the other one just has a built-in desk. So they're really nice, and people are really happy with them. And
Good.
people have been asking about.
Do you get cell reception in
Yeah.
there? You do?
Yeah, and there's, they are motion activated, so when you open the door, the lights go on, and then there's an exhaust fan that runs the whole time. So they're really not claustrophobia inducing. I was kind of curious about that myself. And it's actually pretty
Do you
comfortable.
have a time frame for using it?
Not really, would be part of it.
Okay.
Like, we wouldn't want somebody coming in,
Using all day.
unless they had like this guy had a test that took quite a while, so something like that. But we wouldn't want somebody using it as their office space every day. So that would be, sort of,
Yeah, you can hook up to the internet in there?
yeah, the Wi-Fi goes in there, and there's also, you can charge, your phone or something while you're in there. There's plugs along the wall. And, but yeah, they're very cool. I encourage everyone to go see them.
Does Tiverton have them, do you know?
I don't think so.
No.
They have separate rooms. Do they have
They have
separate
meeting
study?
rooms,
Yeah,
yeah.
they
Yeah,
have.
they have a history room and then 2 meeting rooms, and then 2 huge meeting rooms.
How many square feet is that library? It's big.
It's big.
huge, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have 2 libraries, right?
No, well, yeah, they do Unions at Four Corners, and they have the Tiverton one near the high school. And it's huge, yeah. I used to work there. It was, oh my God, amazing. The break room was insane.
Mellowed out here a little bit.
Yeah.
Old business, Manton.
Old business?
Manton, grant project updates. We got delayed on the trees. Joseph went down and talked to Amy. He went down to look at the trees, and they didn't look so hot because they've been sitting there all summer. So he suggested we wait till the spring. So he knows his business, so.
And
we
at
go
this
with-
point, it's probably for them to root in and everything, not a bad idea to wait.
So we'll wait till spring for a dedication, and
Everything is done but the landscaping at this point, I believe.
We've got to look at the water still.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, the water, yes.
And the waters we're looking at, and just the landscaping, right?
Yeah, that's basically. The
Water
walkway
as
is
in-
done.
Trying to hook up
Like
to the old
sprinkler?
well.
Oh, okay.
So we could have, to be able to water any plants or anything.
Then we could get on our case for using too much water. It's not drinkable water. It was drinkable, but it's not now.
But it would be fine to water plants,
Mhm.
And Bonnie's gonna put down where she wants, we're gonna put little concrete pads for the picnic tables out there, so when they cut grass. I watched them the other day cutting grass over here. They take the tractor, they push the
Yeah.
picnic table out of the way, they cut, and they push the picnic table
He
back.
came in and asked if we wanted the other ones down there moved back closer to the tree, and I said, like, if you can, they're so heavy, and he's like, oh no, I just push them with a tractor. Very smart.
What about the HVAC systems?
Oh, we're waiting on prices for the HVAC. I'd like to apply for a grant or money from Manton, but we don't have the numbers together yet for the HVAC. We have one price, which was $100,000, and we're waiting on another price from HVAC Family, whatever it is, on One Main Road.
Family heating and
Family
cooling.
heating, yes.
And
He's
we got
gonna
one from
quote it
Sam.
both ways, the traditional systems or the heat pump systems.
Who was it? Sue Cernica said AGS was excellent, that they did the
AG.
Grange.
AGS.
She said AGS, always good service,
I see them around town a lot now.
but they, when they did the Grange, they helped them out.
They seem like they're more industrial too, as opposed to
Well,
homes. I
but
mean,
I
I
know-
know they do homes, but
He's gonna quote us both ways, which would be the traditional way we have and which the heat pumps. The heat pumps is probably gonna be like $75,000 more, but there's very lucrative rebates.
Only
Probably
till
you'll get more
December
back.
31.
Huh?
Only till December 31.
It depends on whether it's gas or electric.
What is the difference?
I don't know.
Because I heard that whole program ends December 31.
Not according to this guy, so I don't know. I don't follow all that as close.
Maybe it's residential and
Yeah,
I'm.
but he said it's harder to get that approved because people don't want to give you that amount of money, then you're gonna get the money back.
Yeah.
So you have to borrow that extra $80,000, and there's no way you're gonna guarantee 100% you're gonna get that money back. So it's gonna be traditional systems here. And I do believe that unit out back is original to the building.
I believe so.
The other ones are all Manton, which would be 2000.
So you would
Those are
only
the
need
ones we're having
to
the most
upgrade the
problems
older? Or do you think this
It's from
one needs an upgrade
1970.
as well?
70. What's that?
Do you only need to does only the old part of the building need to be upgraded, or does this?
It's the newer part of the building that's having all the problems.
Really?
Yeah, in that room, where I have story time, last winter I had to move a couple of times because there was no heat, and then over the summer, the AC kept going out. It's the children's area and the north side of the
They
community
say
room.
15 years is the life expectancy of a
Is that
commercial.
how
And
long
we
has
are.
it been?
Yeah, yeah,
Well, the one out back has been
2009, yeah.
since 1970.
Yeah, and that one actually works better.
yeah.
Wow.
So,
And so-
most people wait till they break, and then it's much more expensive because it's a rush job. We still don't know how you do it and keep running everything in here.
That I don't know.
Figure it out. But that, we got one price, so we had one price, we got another price from the guy down the street, and I'll call AGS as well.
Now, GM was, when it was around, GM or GM?
Yeah.
Did they do the original work?
I believe so.
I'm not sure.
I'm pretty
But
sure
they've
I
been bought
think
out
I've
by,
By GEM,
by Gem.
yeah.
And Gem has a terrible reputation.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they do.
Doesn't GM though still do commercial?
Who?
GM still
Yeah.
do commercial?
They're not around anymore.
Because when I lost them, I know that GEM took over, but they told me that they were continuing to do their commercial
They did for a
business.
short time.
Oh, and they
But
don't
didn't, no.
anymore. They were so good.
Yeah, they were great. They're gone.
Yeah.
George Mercer had nobody to take over. His kids didn't want to be involved in it.
Yeah, that's too bad.
Okay. Anything else? Motion to adjourn then at 12:52.
Motion to adjourn?
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.